Now we have gone through the definitions for the hyperbola, and what was the main thing in the hyperbola other than the two conic sections parts, parabola and ellipse. It was that here eccentricity is greater than 1. So let us drive the relation for the standard equation. Now we are having to obtain the equation of the hyperbola in the form x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. Figure has been drawn here, a parabola form, directrix, a point P on the parabola and focus of the parabola. A1 and A2 are the vertex, symmetry to the x axis, and this is y axis. Is it clear? So this is the figure. Now let S be the focus, point S already marked there, and L dash be the directrix, and E is greater than 1, the eccentricity of the hyperbola. Already I told you S focus, L and L dash directrix, and E we are using it as a eccentricity greater than 1. Now draw SZ. We are having from here S to Z. Okay, draw SZ. Let me like this. Draw SZ perpendicular to the directrix LL dash. Then divide SZ. We have to divide SZ internally and externally. In the ratio E ratio 1 at A1 and A2 respectively. One thing, okay. Now as we have done in the ellipse, same thing we are going with here. Now SA1 ratio A1Z is equal to E ratio 1. SA1 ratio A1Z, it is what? E ratio 1. So from here what we are getting? We are getting SA1 is equal to E with A1Z, number 1. Now SA2 ratio A2Z, SA2 ratio A2Z is equal to E ratio 1, and this gives SA2 is equal to E A2Z, equation 2. Now you can just check it, SA2 to A2Z, S to A2 and Z to A2 externally. Okay. So we are having 1 and 2. Now this shows A1 and A2 lies on hyperbola. Now let O be the center. O is marked here. Okay, O be the center, and this is also midpoint. O be the midpoint of A to A1. O be the center, or also called midpoint of A to A1, from A2 to A1. Okay, we can use a distance also, and let we are having, let A1 A2 is equal to 2A. Distance between A1 and A2 we are taking as a 2A. Now O is the midpoint, so OA1 and OA2 both are equal and both are equal to small a. Okay. Therefore, OA1 is equal to OA2 is equal to A. Is it clear? Now let's add 1 and 2. Adding 1 and 2. Now what we are getting when we are adding 1 and 2? This is 1 and this is 2. No. SA1 plus SA2 is equal to E with A1Z plus A2Z. Now we are having to SA1 SA2 SA1 to SA2. Okay. So what we can write it, now this becomes SA1, it is clearly from S to A1, let it be OS minus ZA1, sorry OA1, OS minus OA1 plus OS plus OA2, SA2 OS, from here O to S and O to A2, OS plus OA2, and this becomes E times A1 A2, A1Z, A1 to Z and Z to A2, A1Z and Z to A2, it is A1 A2. Okay. So now on opening the bracket for this part, what we are having? We are having now OS, OA1 and OA2, this will be cancelled because OA1 and OA2 are both equal to the same constant term. Okay. So we are having twice of OS is equal to E times twice of A, and OS is equal to AE, one of the major thing. Is it clear? OS is equal to AE. Now we have added, now subtracting. Subtracting 1 from 2. SA2 minus SA1, SA2 minus SA1 is equal to E with A2Z minus A1Z. Now SA2 this whole minus SA1 minus SA1. So what we are left with? We are left with A2 and Z. Okay. We are SA2 from here, from this point to this point, subtracting SA1, subtracting SA1. So we are left with A1 A2. Okay. So we are having A1 A2 is equal to E now A2Z, OA2 plus OZ minus OA1 minus OZ. Just let's check it. Now A1 A2 is equal to E with twice of OZ. Again same thing, OA1 OA2, OA1 is equal to OA2 is equal to A. Okay. So that's why OA1 A2 and OA1 cancels and this becomes positive, so we are left with twice of OZ. Now A1 A2 is what? 2a. 2a is equal to E twice of OZ, and OZ is equal to A upon E. So another thing. Is it clear? So we have got now one OS and one OZ. So we have got this also and we have got this also. Now taking O as the origin, taking O as the origin, one thing. So earlier we just supposed that O is a midpoint for A1 and A2. Okay. So now O as the origin, OA1 as x-axis and OY, this part O to Y and OY a line passing through O, OY a line passing through O and perpendicular to A2 A1, perpendicular to A2 A1, okay, nice, as y-axis and equation of directrix as x is equal to A upon E. This part x is A upon E. Okay, or to this we can write it x minus A upon E is equal to 0. Is it clear? So up to OZ equation of the directrix we have got this thing. Now let's rub this part. Now taking any point P on the hyperbola, we have already drawn P here now. Let P x comma y be any point on the hyperbola, then by definition, now what we are having, PS is equal to E times PM. Now let this be equation number 3. So we were having 1, 2 and already we were having 3. Okay, no problem. Now what is PS? Using the distance formula, now PS is x minus AE whole square plus y minus 0 whole square. So this is equal to square root of x minus AE whole square plus y square. PM is equal to x minus A upon E upon square root of 1. So PM is equal to x minus A upon E. Okay. Now substituting, in 3 this one, okay. We get x minus AE whole square plus y square and its square root is equal to E with x minus A upon E. Now squaring both sides, x square minus twice of AEX plus A square E square plus y square is equal to E square EX minus A whole square upon E square. Now E square and E square will cancel and we are left with now x square minus twice of aex plus a square e square plus y square is equal to e square x square minus twice of aex plus a square. E square and e square cancels. Now we are left with this part. Now taking e square minus 1 and x square as a common, minus y square is equal to a square e square minus 1. Now dividing all the terms by a square e square minus 1, we get x square upon a square minus y square upon a square e square minus 1 is equal to 1. Okay. Now taking a square e square minus 1 is equal to b square. Okay. Required equation of hyperbola. Now what it becomes? It becomes x square upon a square minus y square upon b square